Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we're discussing the steel day date that you may not have known exist, launched in 2020. This is the Tudor Royal Day Date. Yes, aside from a few short series watches made in the middle of the 20th century, there were not any steel Rolex day-date watches. Fortunately, just recently, Tudor dipped its toes back into the world of day-date dress watches with this stainless steel, 41 millimeters in diameter, 10.8 millimeters thick, 48.1 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip. It is a lovely integrated bracelet design, so not only is it a day date, but it's arguably an entry into the incredibly popular integrated bracelet genre. And at 100 meters water resistant, automatic winding, well loomed in steel, one could argue that this is on the sporty side of the day date genre, if in fact that is a genre. So throwing it on the wrist, it's easy to wear. It's broad, but not too much, as it doesn't have any solid end link structure to protrude over the end of the wrist. So I would say you could probably wear this on a wrist as small as 15 centimeters circumference. It's surprisingly thin, but that's always an advantage of using ETA or Sellita movements. They're inherently thin, and they make for a slim watch, which could not be more appropriate than in a dress-style timepiece. If the Rolex day date is often nicknamed the president, maybe we can call this one the vice president. That said, the VP has a lot to recommend it. This bracelet's a unique design, fully tapered and integrated. You can see that the links step down with polished intermediates to give it a dressy look. We have a few individual removable links that are fixed by screws. Whenever you've got really short cross-section links, you can fine-tune the fit quite well. The clasp is surprisingly robust, and you can see internally it uses both inside and outside facing ceramic spring-loaded pin snaps, so over time the steel can't aggress against that material, wear it down, and reduce the tolerances, so it will always remain snappy. I love that. Planning for the long term, this is a watch that's built to last. We have a clamshell lock to keep everything secured when it's on the wrist. The case is relatively simple, though you can see it has a combination of satin and polish. I apologize for my fingerprints right here. It's somewhere between a round case and a tonneau design. And then we've got a crown that is a screw down that helps the watch to achieve the 100-meter rating. There's really nothing to see on the case back, though people often ask, so there it is right there. You got a serial number and a reference number up in these corners. Taking a look at the dial, we've got a bezel very similar to the engine-turned bezels from Rolex and Tudor past. So a combination of slotting and polish, and then we get to the dial, and while it is a sunburst metallic blue, it's an unusual one. From some angles it looks almost more like a granular matte finish, and only in certain angles are you able to perceive that there is a directional grain radiating out from the center. We have baton-style hands that are faceted down their center with a lancet-style counterweighted seconds hand, metallized, radially arrayed Roman numerals, including a watchmaker's 4, and then there is a chemin de fer, or a railroad track outboard. We have a day and we have a date. And while it is ETA powered, it does at least work like the Rolex day date. So you've got a stop seconds function, but then in the intermediate position, you are alternately able to double quick set the day and the date. The movement is a Sellita SW240, which is Sellita's version of the ETA 28342. Automatic winding with bidirectional winding action. It's got a double quick set function, hacking seconds, 38-hour power reserve, 26 pivot joules, and it's a bidirectional winder, so there isn't any unidirectional rotor rattle here. We'll do a quick lume shot because the watch does have a little bit of luminescence, not a ton, but some. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.